offshore ground.
We're here with Dennis and Rob Bradley after the race here on Thursday, and I hear you had some bad luck out there, fellas.
Yeah, in the Canadian fleet at home, I think we have 5 submarines. We made the 6th one today. We went underwater big time.
Does that mean you're out of the race for Saturday, or will you be racing?
We'll be racing. Everything's back together, running again.
Terrific. Well, good luck on Saturday.
Well, I thank you.
On board Brioski. This is at the start. Powered by Mercury. Grand Prix. And there's WHM Motorsports, the Santa Chevrolet Reliable Carriers, and Airborne. Everyone off to a great start. WHM, DeSantis, Reliable, and Airborne. Quick green flag off that offshore-only.com pace boat. Race number 3, the finale here in Savannah. Airborne with a slight lead with WHM coming up, and Reliable Carriers in the middle. WHM and Airborne 1 and 2. WHM on the inside as they go around the first turn. Rear shot on the Santa Chevrolet. This is at the start. Danny Sanderson, Charlie Hames, driver and throttle man on board. It's a skater. All right, back to our helicopter shot. Airborne, Reliable Carriers, and WHM Motorsports 1, 2, and 3 in the early moments of this race. Reliable Carriers and WHM Motorsports getting the edge on the inside. And DeSantis Chevrolet. 4 boats, your leaders in the early moments. There's Airborne, Randy Lineback, and Bob Morgan. WHM on the inside. And there's Reliable Carriers on the outside with Tom Abrams and Jerry Gilbreth as they go around the turn. WHM in the lead, then Reliable and Airborne 1, 2, and 3 as they go around the turn. As we look downfield, we see some of the other competitors. WHM Motorsports, Mercury powered. There's Reliable Carriers. Tom Abrams and Jerry Gilbreth in second place. And looking upfield, WHM, Mercury powered, WHM Motorsports. Bill Moff and Jose Pepe Lama. It's a skater. Took a third place in Daytona, second place in Marathon, currently in second place in the national point standings. WHM in first place. So Paul Barth there, the helicopter pilot from Camera Copters. We used on race number 1. WHM powered by Mercury. There's Rum Jumbie on the inside. It's an MTI powered by Mercury. Todd Clinworth is the driver. Tress Martin is the throttle man. Todd is from St. Croix, USV Virgin Islands, and Tress Martin from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Todd Clinworth was an H&H Speed Marine this morning, and he won. Tress Martin, of course, the owner-operator of Martin Marine, rigs and maintains Rum Jumbie. The Santa Chevrolet on the outside. On the inside, it's Rum Jumbie. Rear shot on board Rum Jumbie. Mercury powered. Just listen to those power plants. Rum Jumbie on the inside. It's an MTI powered by Mercury. Todd Clinworth is the driver. Tress Martin is the throttle man. Todd is from St. Croix, USV Virgin Islands, and Tress Martin from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Todd Clinworth was an H&H Speed Marine this morning, and he won. Tress Martin, of course, the owner-operator of Martin Marine, rigs and maintains Rum Jumbie. The Santa Chevrolet on the outside. On the inside, it's Rum Jumbie. Rear shot on board Rum Jumbie. Mercury powered. Just listen to those power plants. On the inside. Any moment now. And we've got a green flag now, the 2003 Sarasota Offshore Showdown Factory 1 start. Going to the immediate lead, we got VR1 Velocity, Screaming Eagle, and Typhoon and Winnebago. Those are your early leaders. VR1, Screaming Eagle, Typhoon, and Winnebago. Let's go on board now.
On the wheel, you ready? Yep. It's gonna be
Winnebago.
Well, we'll get it on the corner first.
Yeah, we gotta get it
Push these guys a little bit wide.
All right. Come on, give me a little speed.
Right before the start here on board Winnebago.
You don't let these guys on our right or left get up on us in anything. Come on. Come on. See the next building right in front of us. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Come on. Fluffy Craft is cheating his ass off. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Watch where you're going.
Hold up. Hold up. Cut us off. Shit.
No, it's all right.
Come on. Come on. Keep that throttle up. Keep that throttle up. Go, 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 go.
All right, here's the buoy right here. You see it?
I got it. Top boom coming out. I'm going to keep him tight.
Get in on him. Come on.
I got him.
Come on. Not too close. Not too close.
What fun, baby? What fun? I'm taking him down.
Liner coming at you right. We are
Good job.
This course is high.
Start finish now, 12 o'clock. 200 meters.
You got to leave room for him. Leave room for him. You hear? Leave room for him.
Come on, man. Just give me some speed and we don't have to worry about it.
You got it. You got all of it. You got it all. You got it all.
I want to put them in our weight to slow them down a little bit. Keep it up.
Let's listen in now on board Typhoon.
Okay, catch up. Not too far. Great. Let's go, baby. Watch yourself. You're cutting it tight on them. Okay.
Glenn Murray and Jay Muller. Jay Muller filling in for Randy Schluss.
Good boy. Looking good.
There's our helicopter on the right side.
Okay, this is no left turn, right? Yeah. Okay.
Russell Kilpatrick, our helicopter pilot. There's our helicopter on the right side. Also, special thanks to Gary and Nancy Johnson, our crew with us now for 16 years. We met right here 16 years ago.
Take it to left. I'm going over the wing.
All right, back to our helicopter shot now. And as we look to the leaders, we've got Winnebago, Typhoon, and VR1 there, 1, 2, and 3. Battle going on here between Winnebago and Typhoon. They're fighting for the national point standings. Winnebago in first place, Typhoon in second. Now, on board Typhoon, we've got Jay Muller substituting for Randy Schluss. Randy, this is the first time that Randy has missed a race in some 50 races. Obviously, he would like to be here, but he had another commitment, and we understand there's a lot of whining going on. But right now, Jay Muller substituting for Randy Schluss, doing a fine job on board Typhoon. VR1 there in the mix as well. Looking up to the leaders, it's Winnebago and Typhoon 1 and 2. Battle for the national point standings, and a battle right here in race number 1 in Sarasota. All right, let's go with Winnebago. You've got Gino Marone. He is the driver. Mark Kowalski is the throttle man. He's a 27-foot activator. Sponsors include Winnebago Industries, Red Devil Energy Drink, SB Ballard Construction Company, The Finish Line, and Nike, and the team debuting a new sneaker called Air Kukini. Saratoga Spring Water, Blaster Chemical Company, Disabled American Veterans, Hooters, Desert Inn Resort, and Champion Canopies. Sponsors for Winnebago. Winnebago in first place right now in the national point standings. Took a second in Daytona, third in Marathon, a first in Savannah, first in Milwaukee. Winnebago in first place in Screamin' Eagle. Screamin' Eagle in third place right now, and third in the national point standings. Andrew Moon and Alan Campbell on board, driver and throttle man. It's a Warlock. As we said, it is in third place in the national point standings. Took a second in St. Cloud, a fifth in Daytona, a fourth in Marathon, a second in Savannah, and a third in Milwaukee. Sponsors include Throttle Up Propellers. Special thanks to Matt and June over in St. Petersburg. Also Delta Airlines, the Florida Air National Guard in Jacksonville. And special thanks to Luann Campbell for helping to orchestrate this event here in Sarasota this weekend. By the way, all proceeds from this weekend event go to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation and the Police Athletic League. Screamin' Eagle, Andrew Moon and Alan Campbell in third place right now, and third in the national points, right behind Typhoon and Winnebago. Winnebago in first place, Typhoon in second, and Screamin' Eagle in third. But off to a great start here in Sarasota. Airborne on the inside, Airborne, a 40-foot skater, Mercury-powered. Randy Leinbach is the driver, Bob Morgan is the throttle man. Powered by Mercury engines, two 750-horsepowered Mercuries. Airborne took a fourth place in Daytona, a sixth in Marathon, Florida, a second in Savannah, a fifth in Milwaukee, currently in fourth place in the national point standings in Supercat. Bacardi Silver on the outside. A battle here in PX class. Airborne sponsors include Forge Tubular, Amsoil, BioClean, Boat Trader Online, Torco Racing Fuels, MagnaFlow, and Crystal Cleaners. Battle here between Airborne and Bacardi Silver in the early moments of this race. Randy Leinbach and Bob Morgan, driver and throttleman. Randy from Washington Township, Michigan. Bob from Missouri. Bacardi Silver on the outside, Airborne on the inside. Battle here in the early moments of PX class, race number 2. Bacardi Silver on the outside, getting a little edge. Hugh Fuller and Randy Sissom on board Bacardi. As we said, Airborne is a 40-foot skater, Mercury-powered, 2 750-horsepower inboards. Looking upfield, there is Bacardi Silver, with Hugh Fuller, the driver, and Randy Sissom, the throttle man. Randy in for John Tomlinson today. As we see some of these spectator boats along the race course, there's Bacardi Silver, your leader right now. Bacardi Silver took a first place in St. Cloud, a first in Daytona, first in Marathon, first in Savannah, second in Milwaukee. Currently in first place in the national point standings. Nice driving there by John Peterson. He's also the throttle man, Roy Schrader, the navigator. They're from Goleta, California. Big Oaks Offshore, 42-foot fountain. John Giovanetti is the driver. John Hillen is a throttle man. They're from Florida. John from Bartow. John Giovanetti from Bartow and John Hillen from Apopka, Florida. Big Oaks Offshore, P232. John Giovanetti, the owner.
Average speed is, top speed is 80. You're clear outside to make this right-hand turn. Right-hand turn. Nobody behind me. You're cool, man. Just slow down. I mean, just be careful. All right, out to the right a little bit. Okay, I got a visual on the marker. It's 11 o'clock. You see it? See it? You don't see it. Right there. Yeah, I see it. Okay, this is a left-hand turn. This is turn 4. 11 o'clock. Left-hand turn. Turn 5.
John Giovanetti and John Hillen, driver and throttleman on board BigOaksOffshore.com. Let's go with Revelation now. P26 Revelation. It's a motion. Mark Gallagher is the driver. John Miller is the throttleman. Revelation. Sponsors include Greater Atlanta Signs and Scoopy Doos. Powered by 2 outboards. 25-foot motion. Throttleman John Miller is your 2000 World and National Champion in Factory 1 class with Raisin Cane. White Knuckles, it's Mercury-powered, 2 525 horsepower inboards. White Knuckles driver is Troy Wood. John Trotto is a throttleman. They're from Massachusetts. This boat took a 4th place in Daytona, 4th in Marathon, a 4th in Milwaukee, currently in 5th place in the national point standings. White Knuckles owner, John Trotto. Sponsors include Hyannis Collision. Other crew members, John Tyler from Hyannisport, Massachusetts. Now, White Knuckles is also part of the Competitive Edge racing team headed by Steve Schmidt. Other competitors in P1, Flowmaster, How Sweet It Is, American Dream, and Snake Man Racing. Currently, White Knuckles in 1st place in P1. Troy Wood and John Trotto, driver and throttleman on board White Knuckles. All right, coming up now, there is Liquid Metal. Liquid Metal is a 36-foot skater, Mercury-powered, 2 500-horsepower inboards. John Talley, the driver. Bob Teague is the throttleman. Liquid Metal took a 1st place in Daytona, 3rd in Marathon, a 1st in Savannah, and a 2nd in Milwaukee. Currently in 1st place in the national point standings in class. Liquid Metal. Once again, this race for these PX boats, just basically a test run for the finale, which will take place in race 4 on Sunday. Sponsors for Liquid Metal include Teak Custom Marine and Lavorsi Marine. Let's go with Kinetic Animation now. Kinetic Animation, Mark Hanna is the driver. Ryan Beckley is the throttleman. Powered by 2 2.5 EFIs. Taking 1st place in St. Cloud, a 3rd in Marathon, a 3rd in Savannah, a 3rd in Milwaukee, currently in 3rd place in the national point standings. By the way, Mark Hanna's wife Roxy is in the helicopter with us right now, helping us out with this race. About an hour and a half or so before this race, Kinetic Animation had a problem with a power head, and the crew was able to change that power head in time for this race. Great job by the Kinetic Animation crew. Ryan Beckley's the owner of Kinetic Animation, your home for all your graphic and vinyl needs. Kinetic Animation powered by two 2.5 Pro Maxes. And we've got Utz and Ederay and Mikasuki, H&H Speed, Pier 57, Spider-Man, Adrenaline Racing, Team Donzi, and Lucas Oil. And we've got a green flag now here in race number 3 of the 2003 Sarasota Offshore Showdown. Everyone off to a great start. There's Utz going out to the immediate lead. Utz. And right behind her, Adrenaline, Donzi, Spider-Man, and Lucas Oil, and Mikasuki all coming up. Great start here in race number 3. But Utz your leader right now for the moment, but they're all right coming up. Adrenaline, Donzi, Spider-Man, Lucas Oil. And there is Spider-Man on the inside. Spider-Man, Lucas Oil on the outside. Spider-Man, a 38-foot skater, Mercury powered. Todd Welling is the driver. Lance Hendrickson, the throttle man. Great battle here between Lucas Oil and Spider-Man. Spider-Man took a first place in St. Cloud, a fourth in Daytona, first in Marathon, first in Savannah. Had some problems in Milwaukee and is currently in second place in the national point standings. Sponsor, Douglas Marine. Lucas Oil on the outside. Lucas Oil, it's a Scarab. Spider-Man going around the turn. But Utz Quality Foods, your leader right now at this point. Mitch Miller and Matt Rice on board Utz. Spider-Man and Lucas Oil on the outside. Great battle here in the early moments of this race. As we mentioned before, Jeff Girardi had the opportunity to throttle Spider-Man in Milwaukee. Very, very impressive boat, he says. 38-foot V-bottom skater. Spider-Man. Todd Welling, the driver. Lance Hendrickson, the throttleman. That's from California. Additional sponsors include Mercury Racing, Metco Tools, Bronson Propellers, Option B Apparel, and Go Fast Energy Drink. Spider-Man in second place in Super V. Up ahead, Utz Quality Foods, your leader. There's Utz, your leader right now in the early moments of this race. Mitch Miller, the driver. Matt Rice, the throttle man. It's Vortex Power. It's a 38-foot fountain. Your world champion in 2002 as we go on board. Took a second place in St. Cloud, first in Daytona, third in Marathon, a fourth in Savannah. Never started in Milwaukee, but is currently in third place in the national point standings. Utz Castaway. Crew Chief Benjamin Brooks. In first place in Super V. Great start by Utz Castaway. Mitch Miller, the owner and driver. Matt Rice, the throttle man. Mitch is from Cornelius, North Carolina. Matt from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. In race number 1 of the 2003 Fort Lauderdale Offshore Grand Prix. And it's how sweet it is, Bacardi Silver and Callan Marine on the far outside. How sweet it is on the inside. It's Roy Schrader and John Peterson aboard, driver and throttle man. It's a skater. How sweet it is. Bacardi Silver in the middle with David Scott and John Tomlinson. It's a skater. And on the far outside, Callan Marine with David Callan and John Kosker. How sweet it is on the inside with Roy Schrader and John Peterson, Mercury powered. How sweet it is. Bacardi and Callan up ahead on the outside. Both Bacardi and Callan have gone over 200 miles per hour in their kilo record. Round the turn, the first one of this race. How sweet it is. Bacardi and Callan on the far outside. Roy Schrader and John Peterson for this skater. How sweet it is. Legendary how sweet it is. We're watching the Outlaw Performance PX class. Nice throttling there by Mr. John Peterson. Bacardi Silver on the outside. On board Callan Marine. David Callan and John Kosker. It's a 10 Cara. Took a first place in St. Cloud. 5,000 horsepower this boat has. A 48-foot 10 Cara. Just listen to that power plant. Callan Marine Racing, powered by two 2,500 horsepower turbine engines. Fort Lauderdale Offshore Grand Prix. And it's Briosky WHM Reliable, and on the far outside it's Bacardi Silver. Everyone off to a great start. On the inside is Briosky with Robert Muller and Jason Muller. It's a motion. Fluke powered. WHM right alongside with Bill Moff and Jose Pepe. He's a skater, Mercury powered. Briosky, WHM Reliable, and Bacardi. Reliable carriers with Tom Abrams, the driver, Jerry Gilbreth, the throttle man. Also Mercury powered. And Bacardi, we got Hugh Fuller and John Tomlinson for a second ride today. It's an MTI. Powered by Sterling. Reliable and Bacardi. All right, Reliable and Bacardi. Of course, in the Supercat national point standings, Bacardi is your leader with WHM in second, Reliable in third, and Airborne in fourth. So those standings could change depending on the outcome of this race. Reliable Carriers, Tom Abrams the driver, Jerry Gilbraith is the throttle man. And they are battling here in Supercat, Bacardi and Reliable. In Supercat, Bacardi and Reliable. Bacardi Silver extending a slight lead over Reliable at this point, but it's still early in the race. Around the turn, Reliable Carriers. There's WHM crossing the wake of Reliable, getting hosed down as it makes the turn. WHM and Reliable. Uh-oh, there's WHM Motorsports spinning out there. But everyone's okay. There's Borowski going by in third place. WHM trying to get started again, as you can hear the engines. There's a helicopter overhead. All right, the engines seem to be okay. WHM trying to get back in the race, and it is. WHM Motorsports spinning out momentarily, but is now back in the race. In third place in Supercat. Third. All right, we've got a heated battle in Supercat Light between Liquid Metal and In Contempt. In Contempt with a slight lead over Liquid Metal. Now, in the national point standings, both are very close, only about 47 points between Liquid Metal and In Contempt. Liquid Metal in first place in the national point standings. Right now, In Contempt is ahead of Liquid Metal. In third place, we've got Dirty Duck and Page Racing, filling out the rest of the national point standings 1 through 4. All right, we've got Liquid Metal in second place right now, behind In Content. Liquid Metal, John Talley, the driver. Bob Teague is the throttle man. They're both skaters, both powered by Mercury. Many spectator boats are lining the course, getting a great vantage point. And there is In Content up ahead. In Content with Pat Patel and Paul Whittier. As we said, both are skaters, both powered by Mercury. So fairly evenly matched here in this heated battle in Supercat Light. The lead on the national point standings very well weighs in the result here of this race between these two boats. In Content right now with a chance to move up. Liquid Metal and In Content. Door-to-door racing between these two boats. And there they are. Great shot. John Talley, Bob Teague on board Liquid Metal, Pat Patel, Paul Whittier on In Content. They just keep changing leads. Great battle. There's a shot of the stern drive on board Briosky. This is at the start. Powered by Mercury. Freeze Frame Video Productions, of course, provides onboard cameras for racing. We haven't done a shot like this in a while, but this is the great thing about these onboards. They give you this kind of shot where it can show you the stern drive under real conditions and show you how it is performing. There's Flowmaster in the background there. Everybody's spreading out now, waiting for the green here in St. Petersburg. And we have a green flag now here at the APBA St. Petersburg National Championships. Cal Marine shot out of a cannon, hosing down Agitator right there. Cal Marine 5,000 horsepower turbine engines. Agitator getting the brunt of that hosing down. Other boats coming up. We got In Contempt, American Dream, White Knuckles, and Dirty Duck. And there they are. We're off to a great start here in St. Petersburg. Is Agitator coming up? In Contempt, also Bacardi Silver on the outside. Agitator, it's a skater. Charles Amon is the driver. Robert McNeil, the throttle man. Charles Amon, also the owner of Agitator. P132, getting hosed down there in the early moments of this race. First national race in the APBA for Agitator. A legendary boat, many checkered flags. Lots of history aboard Agitator. Many checkered flags, as we said, some 17 years of history. This boat was restored for this race. Going around the turn, there is the pier where spectators have a great view of this race. Some of the sponsors for Agitator include White Oak Auto and Marine, CNC Motorsports, and Preferred Power Marine out of Fairfield, Ohio. In Contempt on the right, Agitator on the left. Off to a great start in race number 1 here at the St. Petersburg National Championships. There is Agitator with Charles Amon and Robert McNeil. Charles from Ohio, Cincinnati. Robert from Fairfield, Ohio. In Contempt there on the right side. In Contempt going by. In Contempt, we got Paul Whittier, the driver, and Thomas Stegliano is the throttle man on board In Contempt, P160. Offshoreonly.com. And there's the green, and you can hear those engines revving up. 5,000 horsepower turbines. This boat is capable of 200 miles per hour. And now they're getting it good. Charles Amon and Robert McNeil on board Agitator getting hosed down by Callan Marine at the start of the race. Bacardi Silver on the left side of your screen. They're getting ready. Moments away from the green. Pace boats ready to give their sign. And, of course, we've got many, many spectator boats in the background. And we've got a green flag now here at the second race in the St. Petersburg APBA National Championships. Factory 1 start. On the inside, there's Flash Wave, Levy Craft, Offshore Dixon, Screaming Eagle, Winnebago, Typhoon, and VR1 Velocity. And going to the immediate lead is Winnebago and Levy Craft. And there on the inside is Flash Wave. It's a Warlock Flash Wave with Glenn Wilson, the driver, Jim Sherr, the throttle man. Glenn Wilson from Orlando, Florida. Jim from Whittier, California. Flash Wave. Screaming Eagle on the outside. Screaming Eagle. There's Typhoon and Winnebago, your leaders as they go around the turn, but Flash Wave, as you can see, making up a lot of room. A lot of room. Flash Wave now on the inside. Winnebago up front, your leader. Glenn Wilson and Jim Scherer, driver and throttle man, aboard this Warlock Flash Wave. Levy Craft right on the outside. A battle here in Factory 1. And there's VR1 Velocity right up front there ahead of Levy Craft. So it's VR1, Levy Craft, and Flash Wave on the inside. And Winnebago, your leader.
Take it in, take it in.
On board
Take
Flash
it
Wave.
in a little bit.
Let's listen.
Bleeds real close. Dane. Okay, keep him out, keep him out. We're just gonna have to make a nice turn, Jim. Yeah. Okay, this is a bad spot to be in. Just gonna have to tuck it. Here we go.
Everybody see your outside.
We got him in the turn.
There's our helicopter.
Nice driving, Jim. No, beautiful, man. Just getting better than that.
Glenn Wilson and nice driving there by Tim Haynes, Rick Young, the throttle man. On board Max Q Racing. Great shot here on board the hull here of Max Q Racing. White Typhoon there on the left side. White Typhoon, a Rindle powerboat as well. Berto Schmidt and Roxy Hanna on board White Typhoon. Back to our helicopter shot, Max Q Racing.
I can't. I don't have it yet. I think I do. I'm right on it.
Okay. Pick a lane, all right?
What's that?
Pick your lane.
Okay. We're okay, right?
Yeah, we're good. I just don't see the pin.
I got it right here. See it? Left.
Okay. I'll tell you when.
Oh, they're turning tight.
All right, take it.
Shit.
Jim Scherer out of the boat, thrown out of the boat. Glenn Wilson, of course, wondering what happened. He looks back and he sees Jim, and the Angel Rescue Team is right there at the scene. Onboard flash wave, we've got an incident here. Jim Scherer thrown out of the boat. But the Angel Rescue Team is there.
Here, see it? Left.
Okay.
There you see Jim Scherer going out of the boat. Glenn Wilson also swaying to his right extremely, but managed to have control.
They're turning tight.
All right, take it.
There you see Jim going out, Glenn hanging onto his wheel and staying in the boat. Everyone is okay. That's the important thing.
Oh, they're turning tight.
All right, take it.
Just yet. And we've got a green flag now in race number 3 in the Super V start here at the 2003 APBA St. Petersburg National Championships. Utz going to the immediate lead. Utz Quality Foods. Mikasuki on the inside. And there's Ettore now in the picture. And Spider-Man as well. So we've got 4 there. We've got Mikasuki, Utz, Spider-Man, and Ettore, your early leaders in this race. Utz is number 1 right now as we go. In the early moments of this race, we've got Utz Quality Foods with Mitch Miller and Matt Rice on board. They're your early leaders. Utz Quality, your leader. Mikasuki on the inside. Ettore and Spider-Man. Going into the first turn, it's Utz, Mikasuki, Ettore, and Spider-Man. Utz has spun out. Your leader has spun out. Utz Castaway. And there is Ettore now. Ettore has taken over first place. Let's see that as we go on board. Utz Castaway at the green. Mitch Miller and Matt Rice on board. It's a Fountain Vortec powered. But your early leader at the start at this point. And And there you see them spinning out. It's Castaway spinning out, but everyone is okay. Ettore taking the lead. Everyone else going by. It's spinning out with Matt Rice and Mitch Miller. On board Miccosukee. At the start. On board Miccosukee Indian Gaming with Brett Lee Firstman and Todd Easton. It's a Fountain and Vortec powered. What's on the right side? What's on the right side of the frame? Early moments of this race on board Miccosukee Indian Gaming. There's Ettore coming up on the right side as well. And there you see Utz spinning out, going around. There you see a lot of the spray there. And all the other competitors going by. Utz Quality Foods on the left side, spinning out of the race for the moment. On board Ettore Squeegee with James Richardson and Dennis Sagalos. James Richardson Jr., the driver, Dennis Sagalos, the throttle man. Currently in second place in the national point standings. 39-foot fountain. Lots and lots of spectator boats there lining the course. Spider-Man in the lead now. Ettore in second place in Super V. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, a caution flag on the course. It's due to the Utz boat apparently drifting into the course after it had spun out. It doesn't have any control, so there's a yellow flag, a caution flag. There's the offshoreonly.com pace boat with the yellow flag, trying to give assistance to the Utz boat, trying to tow it off the course and away from the competitors. So all the competitors are slowing down. There's the offshoreonly.com boat with the yellow flag. Our sponsor of this event here, of the Freeze Frame Video Productions. There's Tito with the yellow flag, cautioning boats to slow down and trying to get the Utz boat off the course. There's Ettore and Spider-Man going by. They definitely have slowed down because of the caution. Oh, there's a Donzi boat hitting the offshoreonly.com boat, taking Tito right off the boat, other crew members into the water. Donzi striking the offshoreonly.com boat, of course, our partial sponsor for this event here, this video production here in St. Petersburg. Donzi striking that pace boat. And Donzi now continuing, backing up and continuing with the race after striking the offshoreonly.com boat. Let's see that again. Ettore and Spider-Man going by, but the Donzi boat coming by and spinning out and crashing into the offshoreonly.com boat, the pace boat. All right, pretty nasty incident, but we are now on the Spider-Man boat. Let's listen.
We got a situation over on the other side of the court. Lucas Oil.
Houston here. You will give you a radio check on channel 11. 1-1.
Base boat. Okay, let's. Base boat. I see it. He's picking us up. I see it. We got boats all over. I see it. Okay. Hey, go ahead. He didn't pick us up. Go ahead. I know, but we gotta. Go ahead. Hey.
But now. And we've got a green flag now in race number 4, the finale here at the 2003 St. Petersburg APBA National Championships. And there is Bacardi Silver with Airborne and Rum Jumby. Bacardi Silver with Airborne and Rum Jumby. Early moments of this race. There they are. Airborne and Rum Jumby on the outside looking downfield. Reliable Carriers and Briosky. Everyone off to a great start here in race number 4. Going towards the first turn. Bacardi Silver, your early leader. We understand there's been an incident. Reliable Carriers has flipped over on that first turn. There's WHM Motorsports now coming up on the inside, challenging Bacardi. On board, Bacardi Silver. Hugh Fuller and John Tomlinson. It's an MTI, Sterling powered. Apparently Reliable Carriers and Briosky collided on that first turn. Reliable has flipped over. But amazingly, was back upright after that flip. Bacardi Silver in first place. There is Briosky and Reliable right up ahead. There you see Reliable flipping over, going over Briosky. Right on that first turn. Reliable Carriers flipping over and getting back upright. Let's see that again in slow-mo. There's Airborne on the left. And Briosky and WHM Motorsports on the right side. Now you see in this picture, there's Reliable Carriers on that turn, flipping over, going over onto Briosky, and then getting upright once again. Amazing incident. Rum Jumby on the left side. Coming up. Let's see that again. There's Reliable now. Going over and flipping onto Briosky. On board Rum Jumby. Maybe we'll be able to see the incident from this vantage point now. There you see the splash of Reliable Carriers, but actually did not see the boat itself. There's Briosky going through. Briosky sustaining some major damage, trying to get away from the whole incident, as is Cat Can Do. This comes very. 2 yellow flags. There's part of the boat, part of Reliable Carriers that we just saw in the water. And there it is. There's Reliable Carriers. You can see the major damage to the hull. And amazingly, it's still afloat. Fortunately, though, no injuries because of this incident. There is the Bryansky boat. And the Bryansky boat, as you can see, has sank. And there's a piece of the Reliable Carrier's boat being hauled back. Okay, in Supercat class, national championships, we've got WHM Motorsports in first place, followed by Rum Jumping in second, and Airborne in third place. Getting the checkered flag, though, WHM Motorsports in Supercat. In Supercat, your national champion is Bacardi Silver, followed by WHM Motorsports and Reliable Carriers in third. Bacardi Silver, your national champion in Supercat. Of course, Reliable Carrier flipping over, but everyone was okay. In Supercat Light, American Dream in first place, followed by In Contempt and Liquid Metal in third. American Dream, the checkered flag in Supercat Light. Is okay. Another story right there, Bacardi Silver. You're looking at it. Bacardi Silver getting a national championship for 3 years in a row. And WHM Motorsports coming in first place, getting a checkered flag, the first one for the 2003 racing season on the final race of the season. Quite a story for WHM Motorsports. So highly competitive racing here in St. Petersburg. Now, before we go, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the APBA for orchestrating this fine event. Our E for all of her help and support. And a thank you to Mr. Jimmy Fisher for helping us with our onboard cameras. So on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame video production crew, this is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from St. Petersburg, Florida. See you at the World Championships of the APBA in Orange Beach, Alabama. Bye, everyone. That can do in the mix as well. Boats continue to spread out just a few moments away from the green. And we've got a green flag now here in race number 2 at the Key West Offshore Worlds. The Supercat start. And going to the immediate lead, we got Reliable Carriers, followed by Bryansky, Flying Tiger, WHM, and Airborne. And Cat Can Do on the far outside. There's J.D. Byrider on the inside coming into the picture. And Bryansky alongside. We got Reliable Carriers, Flying Tiger, and WHM and Airborne in the mix as well. DeSantis in second place in Supercat right now. Cat Can Do, your leader. Special thanks to crew chief Steve Lopat and Craig Paulson. Cat Can Do up ahead, your leader right now in Supercat. DeSantis in second. Rough waters here in Key West. Pair of 750 horsepower Baker inboards. Your leader, Cat Can Do. Race number 2 here at the Key West Offshore Worlds. Bill Moff will be getting married on board WHM on Sunday. WHM getting a little loose. Uh-oh, it's on its left side. They're flipped over on its deck. Let's see that one more time in slow-mo. WHM. As you see, as it goes up, it starts to go to its right side as it gets loose, then goes to its left and begins to flip over, as we'll see. Flips on its deck. Bill Moff and Pepe Lama on board. WHM Motorsports has flipped over. Let's see it one more time in real time. There you see it going over. Flipping over with Pepe Lama and Bill Moff. They had been in second place. Unbelievable incident here involving WHM as you see it going on its side and then finally flipping over. We're going to go on board WHM Motorsports now with our onboard camera and get the view from the top deck to see what that flipped over looked like. And then finally flipping over. Now we're going to get a different shot from the dock. Lance, one of the crew members of WHM Motorsports, shot this from the dock. There's WHM flipping on its side. There you see it going from a different angle.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Get me the fuck over there! Get me over there!
There's the Angel helicopter. Divers going in.
Come on, Jeremy! Get... Come on, keep your fingers crossed. Oh, thank God, man. Oh. Oh. Back over there, pull over there, pull over there, pull.
Bill Moff and Pepe Lama are apparently okay. We've got the okay sign. So a little different perspective from a team member's camera of the WHM unbelievable incident, but they're both okay. Bill Moff and Pepe Lama, but we're back to the race with Popeye making his way up the pack. Popeye. 40-foot Platinum, Dominic Visconti and Jim Dyke on board, driver and throttle man. Mercury powered, 40-foot Platinum. Reliable Carriers 40-foot skater. Driver Tom Abrams, straddleman Jerry Gilbreth. Mercury powered by a pair of two 750 horsepower Mercury inboards. Reliable Carrier and Supercat. Your leaders in Supercat right now, Cat Can Do, Popeye, and DeSantis. Troy Wood and John Trotto. This is earlier in the race. 36-foot skater. Uh-oh, there's White Knuckles there spinning out, having a problem. White Knuckles spinning out. So now you see why White Knuckles is out of the race. WHM, of course, also out, flipped over earlier in the race as well. But everyone is okay on board White Knuckles. Yes, Cat Can Do. They continue to spread out. And we've got a green flag down here in race number 4 at the 2003 Key West Offshore Worlds. Spider-Man, Ray, Cat Can Do, and High Risk in the picture as well. All right, so as we see it, there's Ray, Cito, High Risk, Adrenaline, and Spider-Man as well out front there as we look a little downfield. Everyone off to a great start. There is Spider-Man in first place right now. Early moments of this race. Spider-Man, 37-foot skater Todd Welling and Lance Hendrickson on board. Spider-Man and Super V. Ray right behind. Ray and Spider-Man in a battle in Super V. And Adrenaline on the inside, also in the mix as well. In race number 1, Adrenaline shot out to take the lead. They're very close. Ray and Adrenaline, very close. Let's go on board Ray. See that from behind. You can see how close Adrenaline got. On the inside, Adrenaline. Ken Bowen and Scott Conrad. 38-foot Dancy. A battle for second. So it's Spider-Man, Adrenaline, and Ray as they go around the turn. Onboard Adrenaline with Ken Bowen and Scott
It's a
Conrad.
long race. Let's just
Okay.
be safe.
We're good. We're good. Get behind Welling. I'm going to stay behind him.
I can't see.
Sorry. We got no room over here. I can see. We're good. Okay. I'm going to come in. I want to come in tight.
Not too much.
A little bit more. A little bit more. Sorry. Oh.
Very shortly, you'll see Adrenaline Racing going its side, almost hitting Ettore.
He's on again!
And there you saw the boat almost going on its side, and that's when Ettore came very close early in the race. Okay, this is the way they finished in the Super V Class Worlds. Ettore's Squeegee in first place, followed by Spider-Man, which won today, and in third, Adrenaline Racing. Ettore in Super V Class, your winner. In first, followed by Pantera in second, Fountain Mercury, your winner in Factory 2 class. And this is the way they finished in the Worlds as well, Fountain, Mercury, and Pantera. Okay, the boats now beginning to spread out, waiting for the green. There's the lineup. And we've got from the inside out, we've got J.D. Byrider, Flowmaster, Brioski, Cat-Can-Do, Popeye, Reliable, and DeSantis Chevrolet. Waiting for the green. We've got a green flag here in race number 5, the finale here at the Key West Offshore Worlds. J.D. Byrider, Flowmaster, Brioski, Cat-Can-Do, Popeye, Reliable, DeSantis, Brioski, and DeSantis on the far outside. And Popeye in the middle. Going around the turn. DeSantis and Reliable. DeSantis on the outside. DeSantis now in the lead, Reliable on the inside. First turn, DeSantis is your leader. Reliable right behind. Two 750 horsepower Fluke inboards. Grant Bruggeman is the driver. Jay Muller the throttle man. Now Cat-Can-Do is a 40-foot skater powered by two 750 horsepower Baker inboards. Keith Holmes the driver. Barry Glovic the throttle man. And they are battling here in Supercat. Battling for third place. Brioski and Cat-Can-Do. Door-to-door racing here in Key West for the Key West Offshore Worlds. These guys are on a terror run, making their way through the field. Airborne. Randy Lineback, the driver. Joey Impressia of East Coast Marine, the throttle man. East Coast Marine located in Long Island, New York. Uh-oh, there's Reliable flipping over. We don't know whether there was an incident, possible incident with Cat-Can-Do, but there's Reliable, has hooked it and flipped over. Let's see that one more time in slow-mo. There you see the spray. And Reliable flipping over. Angel helicopters on their way. They are right there, as you can see. Right at the scene. All right, we've heard over the radio that everyone is okay on board Reliable. Now here is Airborne making a run to the front. Airborne with Randy Lineback and Joey Impression. And there is Airborne. And Brioski has moved down to third. Airborne passing Brioski, moving into second place. And there's Popeye. And as Popeye goes left around the turn, we see, Brianski. Brianski has flipped over. An incident here, but the Angel helicopter is right there. Dyra's going into the water. And there they go. Brianski has flipped over. Angel helicopter is right there. Divers have jumped in. Grant Bruggeman and Jay Muller in Brianski. Divers are down there trying to get them out. All right, both of them now are out of the boat and they've surfaced and they are okay. And that is it. The end of race number 5 and the finale here at the Key West Offshore Worlds. And there you see Reliable Carriers flipped over being towed in. Number of mishaps today, including Reliable and Brianski. And on Wednesday, WHM Motorsports and Pantera. So a number of mishaps during these championships here. There you got the okay sign. The crew members are okay, and that is the important thing. So the end of race 5, these championships here in Key West, and very shortly we will have the champions for you in Supercat and Supercat Light. So the big story of today, a picture-perfect run by DeSantis Chevrolet, leading from the green all the way to the checkered flag, and it looks like it will be crowned. You're a winner here in the Worlds. Of course, Airborne coming all the way from behind, moving up and getting into second place. A great run by Airborne Big Thunder, and Popeye moving into third because of some mishaps during the race, including, of course, the flipping over of Reliable Carriers and Brianski. Highly exciting racing here in Key West. There's the Santa Chevrolet with the checkered flag, a well-deserved checkered flag. And there is the offshoreonly.com boat, which gave the checkered flag to the Santa Chevrolet. Offshoreonly.com, part sponsor of this freeze-frame video production here in Key West. So that is it, the end of race 5. We'll have the rundown for you in just a moment as we look at beautiful Key West here. The southernmost tip of the continental United States. Okay, in Supercat, the Santa Chevrolet, we just saw them getting the checkered flag in first place, followed by Airborne Big Thunder. Popeye in third. DeSantis, your winner here in race 5. And after race 5, DeSantis Chevy, your winner in the Worlds, followed by Airborne Big Thunder and Cat Can Do. DeSantis, your winner in these Worlds here in Key West. Supercat Light, Liquid Metal in first, followed by In Contempt, Page Racing in third. Liquid Metal, the checkered flag in Supercat Light. And the World's winner in Contempt, followed by Liquid Metal and Page Racing in Contempt, the winner of the Worlds here in Key West. So that is it, the end of these Key West Offshore Worlds in Key West. Highly competitive racing. We'd like to say safe racing. We did have, though, some mishaps, including the flipping over of Reliable Carrier and Brianski, and also WHM Motorsports and Pantera during these Worlds here in Key West. But the important thing is that all the crew members were okay. So before we go, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, the entire staff that made it possible for these Worlds here in Key West. A special thanks to our helicopter pilot, Mr. Russell Kilpatrick, Mr. Jimmy Fisher for helping to install the onboard cameras. Also a special thanks to Eve for her help and assistance. So this is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from Key West, Florida. Hoping to see you at the 2004 Offshore Racing Campaign. Bye, everyone. Bye.